Balitang National. Good morning, Pilipinas, and welcome to another edition of Balitang National. For this video, allow me to use English and Tagalog as our medium of instruction. Kayo ay nakatutok pa rin sa Balitang Rasyonal at ngayon we are going to simplify this given rational expression. We have here x squared minus 2x minus 15 all over x squared minus 25 to be divided with x squared minus 3x minus 18. Dito po ang gagawin natin. We are going to factor all the given polynomials in order for us to cancel things or expressions that can be found in both numerators or denominators. But here's the catch. Bago po natin gawin yon, we need to make sure that instead of division, gagawin po nating multiplication ang ating operation. And to do that, we need to anchor ourselves on the keep, change, flip method. This method is the same method we applied in dividing fractions, which also includes dividing a fraction by a rational or an integer. We are going to show here the keep, change, flip method. It follows like this. Keep means we are going to retain or isusulat pa rin natin po yung ating first given rational expression. In the process of division, we call this as our dividend. So this is as it is. You have x squared minus 25. Next is to change now the operation from division, magiging multiplication po siya. And finally, sa last portion po natin ngayon is we are going to flip or reciprocate our divisor. The divisor is the second item or expression that can be found in the process of division. But take note, bago natin i-reciprocate ito, this term or this entire expression is understandably meron po yung denominator na equal to 1. Okay? So, pag i-reciprocate natin or i-flip natin siya, yung 1 po is magiging numerator natin. And the entire expression will now become our denominator. Take note po, katulad po ng ating integer na 2, it's also 2 over 1. If it's negative 3, pwede po natin gawing negative 3 over 1. Even if variable po, kahit na x, ang x po ay understandably x over 1. So when we flip all those things, we have a numerator of 1 over the entire expression. Dito po, i-factor natin yung ating mga ibinigay na expressions bago natin gamitin yung cancellation law for multiplication. The first thing here is to factor x squared minus 2x minus 15. It's a quadratic trinomial, so we are going to use here the AC way or AC method. AC means multiply the A and C coefficients. Yung A natin is the coefficient of x squared po. So we have 1 times the constant on that said expression, we have negative 15. So the resulting value for AC here is negative 15. Now let's look for the factors of negative 15. We already have 1 and negative 15. We can say 1 and 15 as well. We also have 3 and negative 5. We also have negative 3 and positive 5. These are the 4 factors na kung ating i-multiply sa kanilang corresponding partner will result to negative 15. The next thing here is to determine which of this pair, when added, will result to our middle coefficient of negative 2. And it's this pair. 3 plus negative 5 is negative 2. 3 times negative 5 is your AC. Ibig sabihin po nito, yung ating quadratic trinomial sa numerator ng first rational expression is a pair of binomials with the first terms being the square root of x squared, x, and x dito. And we're going to use the coefficients. We have positive 3, so plus 3. And we have minus 5, so negative or minus 5 here as well. These are the factors for the numerator of this given rational expression. Let's proceed sa denominator po natin. The denominator po is an example of a difference of two squares because we have two terms. Both of them are perfect square expressions, like x squared is a perfect square po ng x, at saka yung 25 is a perfect square of 5. And difference of two squares because the operation separating them is subtraction. If it fits with the two criteria, we can say that the said difference of two squares have two factors of binomials of the same first term, same second term, but they differ with the operation separating those terms. The first terms corresponds to the square root of the first term x squared, so you have x dito and x din po sa kabila. And then square root of 25 as our second term, you will have x plus 5 and x minus 5. Here we can see already a similar expression that we can cancel out using the cancellation law, but let's do it later together with the final form of the second rational expression where we factored out the denominator. Of course, the numerator is still 1, but the denominator is a quadratic trinomial. Hence, let's use the AC again to find its factors. AC, we have 1 times negative 18. So it results to negative 18. Now let's look for the factors of negative 18. Of course, we have 1 and negative 18. We also have negative 1 and positive 18. We have 2 and negative 9. We also have negative 2 and positive 9, to be followed with 3 and negative 6. And you have negative 3 with its pair of 6. Now we have 6 pairs of factors when multiplied together with their partner will result po sa ating AC, which is negative 18. Now, let's add all of this and let's see which pair of factors will result to our middle term or the middle coefficient of negative 3. And we have this pair. 3 plus negative 6 is negative 3. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. And these are now the coefficients to be paired with the square root of the first term x squared. So you will have here x and x here as well. And you simply place the coefficients plus 3 and minus 6. So these are now the process, and kakatapos lang po nating mag-factor ng ating mga expressions. Let's apply now the cancellation law for multiplication. And when we multiply, don't forget, when we multiply fractions or rational expressions, we multiply the entire values or expressions that can be found in all the numerators, and we do the same thing po sa ating mga denominator. So we can now cancel this out as mentioned earlier. We can also cancel x plus 3 and x plus 3 here. So we are left with the final form of 1 over x plus 5 to be multiplied with x minus 6. So this is now the simplified form of our given expression. Or if you would like to continue multiplying your denominators using the FOIL method, you will have 1 over x squared, you have 5x, and then you have negative 6x, so you have minus x, and 5 times negative 6 is minus 30. So we are done with our task, and na-simplify na po natin yung ibinigay na rational expression. Lester Lou Sigumpan, nagbabalita for Balitang Rational. Huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe, i-like at i-share ang video ito. Maraming salamat!